Hi. So what's your name?
I'm Kelly Freeman.
Where are you, Kelly?
I am at Sassy Jack's.
Yay!
Yay!
So Kelly came in today, and she's a friend of mine, and she's a stitcher. And she said, I don't know if you saw what I posted, but I posted some of my progress on what, Kelly?
On the Queen Sampler.
Yeah. So, and I said, oh, that's cool. Let's see it. So she pulled it out, and we looked at it, and it's very beautiful. And then we were talking, and then she pulled out her book. And I thought that you guys might want to see how she's organized, because I know everybody's thinking about getting started, and Kelly is clearly a master organization. So in exchange for this little video, she's going to do my book too. No, I'm just kidding. But you'll see why I ask her after we get through this video. So Kelly, show us what you got there.
Sure, absolutely. So we have the Queen Sampler, and I put it into a binder, as you can see here.
Yeah.
But that's because as I sat down and tried to approach this project, because we have Darlene's original design and chart and her instructions.
Yeah.
And then we have Linda Vinson's instructions in her stitch guide. And I started to look at them and read through them and try to follow along. And there's a lot of stitches in here which I've never done before. So that's why I was excited about signing up for this project. And I finally decided that maybe it's my OCD, as Kim kind of mentioned. But
I only asked. I just asked. It was.
I can't work on this with having one thing here, one thing there, and having to go back and forth through it. So what I decided to do was organize it into this binder.
So yeah, so first you see she's got those full page prints, which are beautiful. Yes. Those are great.
And Darlene's cover, and then Linda's cover.
Yep.
Which gives you a hint. So then we have Linda's page of what we need.
Yep.
And Darlene's page of the colors.
Yep.
I did put in the very front the double back stitch and also the double running stitch instructions, because those were used so much throughout the sampler. Just put those at the very beginning where I could find them. But right after that is where what I really needed starts.
Yeah.
So instead of the chart being at the very back of Darlene's instructions, I pulled out just the first 2 pages so that you have the row across there.
And there's one wrinkledy page, and so I noticed that wrinkledy page.
That's where I've started stitching.
Yeah, that's the one that's gotten used. So by the end, they'll all look well loved, so it'll be great.
So we have just the first 2 pages of chart, and then we have the page of Darlene's instructions.
Yep.
So I could read that first.
Yep.
And then immediately following that, the corresponding page of Linda's instructions.
Yeah.
So I could look right away and see, were there any changes in what Linda had done, and I would know and be able to follow it.
Yeah,
but
I think it's great.
Also, what I've learned.
Yeah, this is where I said, oh, we should do a video. It's this next stuff.
Was that the stitch diagrams were also at the back.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily organized in the order that they show up in the chart.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because they're grouped on a page to fit as many as possible on a page.
Yeah.
But it makes it difficult to find them when you're trying to work on the sampler. So I actually made multiple copies of the stitch diagram pages, and then I cut them apart.
Yeah.
And I actually taped them onto pages then where this is the dividing bands 1 and 2, dividing bands 3 and 4, and rows 1 and 3.
Yeah, brilliant.
And row 4. So right things that are at the top of the sampler, I just have those on that page. And then behind it, it also shows you for the next one with the satin stitch and the row 2 where the satin stitch is used, where there's the separate diagram, not of the stitch, but of the pattern. So again, I put those on a page together after having copied them and pulled them out. So now I can get through about the first 4 rows with all of the different various pages of instructions for them right in one place in this binder, and then it goes on like that behind them.
I think that's awesome. I think that's great.
It's
a very good idea.
Crazy while I was working on this.
Yeah, because what did you tell me about why you did this? What prompted you to do this?
Well, I was starting to try to think about it and work on it, and I thought I'm going to only be able to stitch at my dining room table where I can have all the different pages laid out in front of me.
Yeah.
And that's not a comfortable place to sit and stitch.
That's right, yeah.
So if I'm going to sit in my recliner, I wanted to have where they were organized in a way that I could easily get to them and not flipping through multiple pages and scattering them all over. So hopefully I can, we'll see how it goes. But so far it seems to be working for me. I've gotten the dividing bands done and started on the alphabet with the reversible stitch. And so far, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, well, I think it's a master plan. I like it. I'll have to do that too, since you're not going to do it for me.
We can make a copy of it.
yeah, that might cut out some time.
Copy.
Yeah, there you go. Because it took you a while to do it, but it'll probably save you 15 times that much time as you're going through this to not have to be rifling around looking for everything. So I think that's pretty wise.
I hope so. Yeah, and I would say too, several of the stitch diagrams I made multiple copies of, so that again I could put them in again in the later rows where you would find those stitches again. Just at least I may know them by then, but well, if not, there's my reminder of how they get done.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate it. So so Gary and Vaughn, I know, posted some videos showing you how they got all their fabric and threads and stuff set up, but I thought this might also be very, very helpful. So I'm glad you came in today, Kelly, with all this cool stuff. So before we finish up, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I live in Sun City Center, Florida, for the last 3 years. I used to live in
You've been up
Indiana.
here a lot. I've seen you in here a few times.
Well, yes, I have a grandbaby that happens to live in Greenville, South Carolina, only about an hour and a half away from Sassy Jack. So if I visit that grandbaby, I usually can sneak in a visit up the road up here and come
I'm glad we rank up with the grandbaby. That's good. That's awesome. Where'd you go this past week? You went somewhere nearby.
I went over to Winston-Salem to another stitching retreat with Jean Farish and Terry Bay.
Yeah, and you had some fun people there, because I know some of them came through here, and I think some of them are running around in here today somewhere, so that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. It was good to see you back in the shop again. We will see you again. And
good to be here.
Yep, good luck with your organizing everybody else out there. I'll be doing this same little trick myself here sometime soon, so hopefully this helps. Talk to you later.
Happy
Bye.
stitching.
Yeah.